historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Herbert now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now a carry from Mack. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. They'll set up a throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On third down, Gunter. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Packers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Herbert's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off near the 44. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now, that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Alexander Johnson, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack. And it's going to lead him to 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll go with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And my goodness, another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to let it go again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Packers are going to take over. At their own 41. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. He's going to try and go deep again. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now it's Herbert. Steps away to his left. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. He's going to go up top again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man complete.
If you were me,
and all the way home for a Broncos score. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before you get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, it's Mack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now left side on the swing pass. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Denver.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? they've got a shot.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
On first down, Justin Herbert. They're going right back to Pittman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their top.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. There he goes, right side.
It don't even matter, baby. It don't matter.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert dancing to his left. Herbert has it knocked free. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at half